morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to channel. Today we're going to be looking at the AMX M4 49 that has appeared in Blitz stores once again. Now the AMX M4 49 is a really nice tank, and it's very underrated. You don't see many of them. Not many people have bought the tank previously, but it is such an underrated tank. It's a really good tank. Now the turret on this thing is where this tank stands out. That turret is amazing. It really is very strong. So you can see here it has 250 millimeters of turret armor on the front, 120 on the sides and 60 on the rear, and it also has quite a bit of hull armor for a French tank, to be honest. 175mm on its front armor. So all that with its DPM 2300, and that only gives it an 8-second reload. 232mm of pen on your AP, 263 on your APCR, and it does an average of 310 alpha. So it's not a big 120mm gun. It only does 310 alpha, but your reload is only 8 seconds, so it's really good. 4 seconds aim time, which is a bit lengthy. Dispersion isn't so bad. 0.335. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. And it also has 10 degrees of gun depression. So that is where this tank really stands out, with the armor of the turret, the armor of the hull, and then you can use that sort of 10 degrees of gun depression. You can really do well in this tank in certain positions. So we're going to have two battles for you today, and one of them's, the first one's not really, we get the odd bounce, but the second one we are going to get into a position where literally it's almost impossible to penetrate me. So our first battle, we are on Yamato Harbour, and I'm platooning with my good friend Everton Andy. Now usually when I platoon with Andy, I use him as a meat shield just to get some footage, but these battles we actually work really well together, and we do really well as a team. Especially this battle, the team play, we do really well as a team. Not just me and him, but most of the team, or well, our team especially. So you can see we've got a lot of quick tanks, and you can just see them all rushing to Cap C. They have all rushed there as quick as they can. So I'm going to head towards base B, and he's going to head towards base A. So he's not going to go and cap. He's just going to see if he can spot anyone around by A, and then we can make a decision what we are going to do. So I'm capping base B. The enemy have not yet caught base C. They are trying to, and then we spot a KV4. So my first shot, 640 damage, nice fire roll, and now you can see a couple of heavies to my right. So I'm just gonna, Andy's just gonna hold it. He's gonna sit back. He's not gonna push just yet. I am going to deal with this KV4, and you can see the mediums on the enemy team. They are pretty much all rushed back, except for the lightweight is still there. One tank is dead. They still haven't managed to cap base C. But this KV4 has no freaking idea what is going on, and we managed to kill him, and now we can go and we can both push together. So you can see Andy pushing forward, I'm pushing from the side. I don't mind taking a couple of shots because Andy's still full hit points as well. So I'm going to get a bit of damage, and then I'm going to hide, and then Andy's going to take a bit of damage as well. So unfortunately we just managed to get around this corner, and the Super Persian decides to rush in. So I don't want to go out just yet. I want to take care of him first. He is a 2-shot. I am a 3-shot to him, so I do need to really take care of him first. But you can see the team are dying. The enemy team are completely dying. I don't manage to get the kill. It got stolen from our Tiger 1, and this is where this tank really comes into using its armor. So I'm going to try and push the IS-6 backwards so he can really only just see my gun. He can't get his gun down enough to see my hull, so I'm only just exposing my turret, and I'm shooting the same tank that Andy is shooting. Always try and focus the same tank if you can. 2 guns on one is better than 1 gun on one. So great team play, 1300 block damage. We all stayed alive, 7-0. We all got a kill. I end up on 3,400 damage, and it didn't feel like I got that as well. Because of the reload of this thing is so quick, you can really pump out that damage really quickly and not notice how much damage you're doing. We also make just shy of 90,000 credits as well, which is really good. Now, I bought this tank when it first came out, and when it first came out, I absolutely loved it. But lately, I haven't been playing the game as much. I mean, I play it to get some footage, but playing this tank to get the footage, I really do enjoy the tank, and it's one tank that a tier 8, as I've said at the beginning, it's so underrated, and you don't really see many of them. Whether that's because not many people have bought it, I don't know, but it's come back for sale. I'm not sure how much it's for sale for. If it's cheap enough, then definitely this tank is worth a look. If you've got the money, if you've got the gold, if it is for gold, then I would definitely consider buying this tank. So now we are on Falls Creek, and we're going to push this hill here, and this hill is absolutely perfect for this tank because you have that gun depression, you have that strong hull because you're actually looking upwards, which is also making that hull stronger, and you have that really strong turret. So this is a perfect position. As long as you don't pull out sidewards, then you are going to do very well in this position. So the RU pushes to the right. We have the Charioteer, a Challenger. There's a few tanks to our left and in front of us. So the Glacial, the Panther, and they are all there. So we have caught base A. We're now capping base we caught base B, we're now capping base A. So I'm not really too worried if the enemy can cap this base C. Now, we're on voice, and he's saying, should we just rush? And I'm like, no. We don't need to rush yet. There is no reason for us to rush. Let's just take their hit points down. They are all exposed. I mean, this Panther in the middle of the open. The AMX 5120 in the middle of the open. The Challenger is in the middle of the open. They are all in the middle of the open, so there is no reason for us to rush just yet. Now they are 2 tanks down, so I'm telling Andy, let's just wait a minute. Let's just see what this AMX does, the IS-3 and the Charioteer does, and then we can think about rushing in. So now we're just going to wait. The Challenger is basically a one-shot, and I think the ISU is going to take him out. I'll get one more shot on the AMX, and now the Glacial is all on his own. So now is when we're going to rush in. 3 of us are going to rush in, and his hit points just, they disappear, and now we found it on a 4 versus 3. But the IS-3 is a one-shot. We're going to poke forward. We don't mind taking a shot from the Charioteer, getting a gun out. We still have the hit points. And now I do make an error in using HE. I think he's using the spool liner. Yes, he is using the spool liner. I didn't realise this when I shot my first shot, and I carry on using HE. So that is silly of me, and again, I can see it now watching the replay, and this is the first time I've actually seen that icon. So silly me, but we still do the damage, and we only leave him on 38 HP, and then our T28 will take him out. So 1,000, again, 1,000 block damage. We could have got more if I would have just stayed in the position, but we decided to rush in and just clear the tanks instead. So 3,500 damage. Again, we make 92,000 credits. So it's a lovely credit earner. It's a nice tank, and definitely a tank worth buying if it's cheap enough. So that is the AMX M4 49. So we're just going to take a look at Blitz Hanger just to show you the armor on this tank. So just before I end the video, we're going to show you the armor on this turret and this hull. I mean, just look at that. Angled, yes, you are going to get the turret. I mean, effective armor on the side of the turret at this angle is 223. You look at it directly in front of you, there is no chance in hell you're going to pin the turret. 388 effective armor, 399. Of course, there is a hatch on top that is very weak, but it's quite small. Well, it's small enough for you to just keep wiggling backwards, forward, using the gun depression to make it harder, and that will become very hard to penetrate. And there again, your whole 290 effective armor. If you can get that bottom plate hidden, you can get some big bounces. Of course, the side and the rear of the turret and the hull are very weak, so always make sure that you are directly facing the enemy. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsyreplays, and I will catch you soon. Bye bye.
Alright.